I just got out of the shower, if you can't tell. I didn't even put like socks on yet. Hey guys, how is everybody today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
How is everybody today? Can you take it over for 1 second, Rebecca, please?
Yeah. Anybody have anything they want to talk about today? I know I kind of dominated the discussion last week and I apologize, but I just needed to talk. But if anybody else has anything they want to talk about today, we're here and you know it's safe and no judgment. So talk away.
Can you see the chat?
I can see it. I see. Hi, Mrs. Robinson, Jelly, Penelope. Good morning. I know Milk is here. Marianne. There's a few people in here that I can see. I'm not good at following the chat.
Neither am I.
I'm trying. But good morning to everyone who's here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I apologize. I'm so glad you're all here. I know I think I speak for Toddie when I say we really look forward to these Monday mornings.
Absolutely. How is everybody today? Good morning. Good morning, Penelope. Penelope, Jelly. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Just Love, Marianne, Shell, Bouncing Tigger, and Jamie. And, we got a sponsor because, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to bring stuff over from the other channel here.
Right.
But we have a sponsor. And yeah, I have to go ahead. So
if you want something good to eat, come on down to Earl's Choke Chicken, where if you can kill it, he can grill it. There ain't no need to be hungry or thirsty down there at the food truck by the titty bar on South Street. Just slide on by and let Earl choke your chicken for you before you head on home to your missus. Damn it, Earlene, that don't sound right now. I'm going to tell you what, and just because he's your brother don't mean he knows how to cook. Hell, none of that mess is even chicken over there. Yep, tell Earlette to fix me up a box of them squirrel feet for that baby. Shit.
Yeah, so I had to go ahead and plug that place. I think the commercial is funny, but I mean, like, would you really go there and have your chicken choked?
Well, I guess if your chicken needed choking, you might.
So I have to tell you, I don't know. Some people said, I'm so sorry you had to have a sponsor. I was like, did you watch it? And then I've had a few people, just so you know, Jamie, did you catch that CJB? I think you'd appreciate it. Seriously. Okay, you did catch it. Cool. So I just want you to know that people have reached out to me, Jamie, and asked if they could borrow that, if they could share that commercial. And I told them to reach out to you because I had no right in saying anything. Just so you know. So, yeah, guys, that's Jamie from Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, her channel. You can check out her channel. Anyway, I just want to put my socks on as we're talking. It should be a treat. I can barely reach them anymore. How is everybody this week? Kathleen, Mrs. Robinson, CJB, I did good. Yes. I just got out of the shower, so yeah. Estiana, how are you? Has anybody got anything that they want to share? Anybody want to come up and share anything? Anybody got a story that they want to share or speak about? Yep.
Toddie, Peppermint Patty, I don't know if you saw the message in chat, but she's not going to be able to make it. She got some bad news about her brother today, so she said she couldn't make it. I guess she was supposed to come on, so.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the message or not.
I did not. I'm sorry to hear that, though.
Yeah.
I hope everything's all right there.
I mean, she put it public, so I mean, I guess her brother was diagnosed with demencia, so she put it here in the chat, and they're dealing with that, and that's it's a big deal. So,
right. You know what I've been doing, and we don't have to talk about this, but it is part of my, you can do that all on your own, Marianne. You can come up with a fake name and just do a fake, you get an email account because you need that. But then you just come up here and change your name on there. Nobody needs to know. You just change your name on there. Anyway, forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. I forgot. What was I saying? Anybody hear it in the chat?
You know what? I can't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I fell down the steps this morning, so I'm a little rattled.
Now, are you okay?
I'm probably going to go get checked out later. I already have a back injury, nerve damage, and so my legs sometimes don't work. And this morning going down the steps, my one leg didn't want to come with me, and I didn't realize it. And so I fell down 3 steps. And when I stood back up, I fell backwards, but I just sat on the step. And then I finally walked down the steps and went about my day. So yeah, it's I'm sore. I think because I tensed up because I felt it coming.
Right.
So.
Right. I think what I was going to say was, here's the thing that, and I'm not trying to get on a religious kick or anything, but about mental health is what, and, we all need to find a place to breathe and stuff. And I found I was reaching out, listening to sermons a lot this week, to find that peace for myself. So I don't know if that's something somebody could put in their back pocket or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
like mental health, to find a peace and, anyway.
And you don't have to go to church to pray and to talk to God. You can do that in your car. I do it I have a habit of when I get in my car in the morning, I have a rosary hanging.
Right.
And I say a prayer every morning for my son Gino and for Corey and just for everybody.
Right.
And I do it. I have to touch it. I have this whole ritual that I have.
So do I. But I don't have a rosary, but I have a cross.
Yeah.
And I do it when I get in the car and when I get out of the car. I do.
It's some people think, well, I have to go to church, and you don't. You can talk to God. It
doesn't even say in the Bible, it says God is where you worship him.
Right. I mean, listen, you could be in the bathroom and talk to God. It doesn't matter. He hears you wherever you are. That's my belief.
Absolutely. If you believe in God, I believe that you believe that, unless somebody's taught you that there's only one place where he's got a funnel.
But I do think that's a misconception for some people. They think they have to be at church with the priest and with, and you don't have to be.
Well, absolutely. And that's when you say priest, I assume it's Catholic. And, I don't have anything against the Catholic faith. I just think that they have a lot of outdated traditions and rules. And you can't live by them in today's society. I don't know how much of them would exist in today's society. And, listen, if you wear 2 different kinds of thread, you're a sinner. If you eat shellfish, you're a sinner. I don't see people giving up lobster. I just don't.
Right.
And then to decide one sin is more horrendous than the other, I think that that's when morals come in, or our conscience comes in. Something in our gut comes in and says, it doesn't, I sleep easy eating shellfish, but unaliving somebody, I might have a problem sleeping. You know what I mean? I mean, I think that, this is perfect. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 So that's not Jewish. What, a priest is not Jewish. What, are you kidding? Anyway, I don't want to
personally, I don't claim.
I don't want to get into a debate about anything, but a rabbi would be Jewish. A priest is Catholic. So.
I currently don't claim to be Catholic or any particular religion. I believe in God, and I believe there's a heaven, and that's that. I don't practice any particular religion at this time.
It's personal for you, and that's fine. Absolutely fine. And I'm not here trying to say one is over the other and one is not over the other.
And we're not gonna talk religion and politics here. It's just something we just brought up.
I understand what you're saying now. I understand what you're saying. This is where I'm being corrected.
Yeah.
This is where I'm being correct. Okay. And that's fine. I'll take that.
I didn't want anybody to think we were going to start talking religion and politics.
We're not. But
we're just talking about what we personally do.
Exactly. And everybody should find their own peace.
Right.
CJB, have a good day at work. Thanks for listening. Thank you, guys. CJB, he's been singing some funny ass songs over there on TikTok. Can I just tell you, those Gypsy Rose people that don't care for Gypsy Rose should listen to a couple of his songs.
I'm going to have to check it out.
So anyway, we have a love letter from Jimmy Bobby here.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it is a hard topic because it is so personal and people have been fighting about it since it's come into existence, in all fairness.
Right.
But wherever we get our peace, wherever we get our energy that rejuvenates ourselves, that's positive. Now then we can get into, well, what's positive? Well, don't go murdering anybody. Don't go, attacking people. Just live your life.
Unless your dad's a state trooper, then you can do it. No, I'm sorry. I had to get that dig in there.
Just be your peace, just at peace. You know what I mean? Like, just stay in your lane, basically. Stay in your lane and don't go through life like a bull in a china store. You know what I mean?
And don't judge
people around you.
Don't judge others based on what they believe in and what works for them. It's everybody's personal preference. I wish I could talk today.
That's all right. You actually have a question, and you don't have to go into detail or anything. Go ahead.
Thank you for asking. My week was very calm. Good. Things are moving forward, and I'm fixing things that are broken. Things are working out in my favor. We'll say that.
This is interesting. Cool.
Well, yeah.
Cool. So we have some people here saying, yeah. So, I had somebody reach out, but I don't hear. So I just want to say this, and I'm not at all trying to be mean. I don't want to be mean. So I'm not going to give out my cell phone number to anybody. I just want to be clear about that. A few of you have asked for it. I know that 100% the intentions are good, but I don't give my cell phone number out. I very rarely answer the phone. I do some texting, but usually, people know my schedule that know me, so they're not interrupting with videos and stuff, because this shit goes on my computer and everything like that. And I don't want to shut it off because, there are people that I have to be there for in my life, or I want to be there for in my life. So I've had some people want to share their story with me, and but they want to do it on the cell phone. So I'm not going to do that. I'm happy to do a Zoom call, but the purpose of sharing the story is to ultimately get you to share your story here. I don't want to hear your story ahead of time because I'm not a counselor and I don't want to be a counselor anymore. So it's when I ask to do something Zoom, it's just so that I know I'm not dealing with a troll. I'm dealing with somebody legitimate, and they can share their story. Then we'll set it up for the next Monday or whatever Monday works for them, and they'll share their story. So I just want to be clear about that. And I am not dissing anybody who wants to share their life story with me. I just don't have time to hear everybody's life story. Now, I have asked those people that want to, do like that legacy. Hey, Pat's Pajamas, thank you. To do that legacy I'm sorry, to do the legacy corner where you could do a video of somebody that you really care for who's no longer here, so you could tell their story. You've talked about it, and I've talked about it too, doing it. And I just haven't had time. And I really wanted to do it September 3rd because I wanted my ninth grade math teacher to be there. So I have people that I owe this to in my heart that aren't here, you know, and that I'm passionate about. And those people I've asked, please, you know, first I need to know that you're real again. So it would be a Zoom call. It'd be short Zoom, you know, and then I would ask that you put the video up on YouTube, private link. Anybody could do this. If you have a YouTube, you are all subscribed to YouTube. So you can put something up. You just do a private link. Nobody has that link. You share it with me. I'm not going to share it with anybody. I'm going to look at it before it goes up. And then I will contact you and say, it's perfect. Let's put it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is about. I want to say that. It is, Stacia, it's very cool. And I really want to do a video. You know, you could say that Jen's video is like a legacy thing, but it tells our story. It doesn't really tell Jen's story, though. I do talk about things with Jen. Penelope, you gotta love you, man. I really do. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that that's something that matters because everything supposedly stays. You know what I'm saying? Everything supposedly stays on the legacy.
Right.
Even if somebody wanted to do like Dee Dee Blanchard's legacy, who knew her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's fine too. I don't want, you know, just another content creator, but somebody that knew her, that could put her legacy up there. Anybody, I don't care. They really do not have to be anybody that we know. It should be, honestly, people that you want people to know their story about.
Right.
That you want them to know, you know, whether it be your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, you know, even pets. But that would be separate. It'd be a person and a pet thing. You know what I mean? And it's just something that would stay, and it would be for our community. It doesn't cost anything. I don't want any money for this. There's no money for this.
Right.
But when I ask that if you do this, you please just write on the subject matter legacy video. Please don't ask me how to do it. I don't have time to give instructions over and over again. You can look this up on YouTube just like you found me. I'm not trying to be rude. I, you know, feel bad for me. I don't have a job anymore. I got to do. I'm joking. I can't. Listen, I'm joking about that now. Okay, that's behind me as far as the channels go. That's behind me. What I'm doing as far as that goes in the personal, that's personal. So I'm just like joking about that. But I'm going to refer to it every time I use that video of Jamie's because it's just funny. And it just was perfect timing, more or less. So, but it's a joke. You guys have been more than gracious. I know it's the other channel I should be talking to, but a lot of you cross over. I bet you've been more than generous. More than that, so please.
Toddie, Penelope shared her story. I don't know, maybe she sent you an email, or I'm not sure how she shared, but she wanted to know if you read it. She hoped you read it. I think she's talking to you because I don't recall getting anything.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't remember, to be honest.
Penelope, if you want to send me an email, I have more time than Toddie.
I'm not trying to be. Yeah, it could be lost at this point in my emails. I'm sorry, and I have to apologize. I have responded to so many emails. I'm doing the best I can, and I only use talk to text to respond because that's the only way I could get through. So many.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said if anybody ever wants to
please,
to me, I'll get it.
Micciolo 3,
I'll talk to Toddie about it after reading it. I'll get a minute to discuss it with Toddie if anybody wants to send me anything.
I'm going to put it right here. Yep. But listen, those legacy things, you guys need to look it up. If it's something you're interested in, don't know how to do it, what I'm asking you is please just look it up. look up how do I make a video on my iPhone? How do I make a video on my Android? How do I make a video on my computer? There's 2-3 minute videos. Just stop and listen. I'm telling you, it's not hard. That's how I learned everything here.
Right.
What's going on? We're good. We're good, man. We are good. We are good. We are good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm taking care of that on the back burner now. We're just moving forward. We're just moving forward. I really am. I don't want to talk about this anymore per se, but I'm not trying to be talking out of both sides of my mouth. My friend Dawn put up a video and she got beat up for it. And people didn't believe her. And I needed to just say, listen, she told the truth. She's a friend of mine, just to cover her back. So, but I don't want to keep talking about this. I can't, because we're going to move forward. We're moving forward. But I can't thank you guys enough, from the bottom of my heart, top and middle and all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Toddie, when you do what you do for people, maybe you don't realize how much you do, but people care. And, we all want to do back. We want to give back to you for what you've given us, if that makes sense.
I appreciate that. And I don't want to cry, Rebecca.
No, I know. I'm trying not to. I'm so emotional. My hip hurts. My ass hurts. Everything hurts from falling down the stairs. I'm ready to cry anyway. So
I hope that I hope that you're not, I hope that, there's nothing serious there.
I don't think so.
I want you to also get in touch with me later, just to let me know how you're doing, my friend. Please just let me know. Guys, I don't know if a lot of you, can I tell a little bit about your story? I know I can.
My story?
Yeah.
Whatever, it's an open book.
No, here's the thing. I don't think some people know that you are who you are.
No, I think you're right. And yeah, you can say whatever you want. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I dropped my sock.
Chair.
So I just want you guys to understand something, please. So Rebecca Micciolo, for those that don't know, she's more defined than this. So let's be clear, because Rebecca, as you know, is who she is. But she lost her grandson, Corey Micciolo, by the hands of his biological dad. The treadmill case is Rebecca's grandson, Corey. So she's somebody that has an incredible story that is just unfair, heartbreaking, and unbelievable. Where she went for help the right way for her grandson, and he even spoke for himself. And her daughter Bree, who's Corey's mom, everybody tried to do things the right way, and Corey's dead today. So that's who Rebecca Micciolo is. And she's still fighting for her grandson's voice to be heard. That's why the name of her channel is Can You Hear Me Now? So just so you understand who she is and her life experience and the wisdom that she brings to, the topic of getting through life and how hard it is to get through life. And also, unfortunately, not long after Corey's death, she lost her son, Gino, who was sober for a long enough time to not make it a concern anymore, or a top concern of the families. And unfortunately, he took what she thinks, and what she was told basically was a pill that had fentanyl in it. He just, so that's what Rebecca brings. That's her experience. So that's important to know. Very important to know. So those that don't know, they need to know. And there's a few people that didn't know that.
Right. Yeah.
There's been people that have said, "Who's up there with Toddie? Who's up there with?" You know what I'm saying? So, that's who she is.
Well, thanks for letting people know, Toddie. I appreciate that.
Anything you want to add to that, Rebecca?
Well, just, with what happened to my grandson, I can say today, knowing what I know now, I would do things differently. I won't allow the same things to happen to my family today that happened then. If I were to get involved in something like that again. As far as Gino's, overdose, it's funny because when you have someone who struggles, you worry about them every day. Are you going to get the call? Are you going, is something going to happen? Are they okay? Is this going to trigger them to use? And that's how you go through life. And it gets a little less, I don't want to say important, but as they stay clean for a longer time, you start to let your guard down. And I guess that's what happened with Gino that night. Everything was good, except for the fact that his nephew had been murdered. That was always a topic in the house. It was only a year old, that we were still going through court and unsure of what was going to happen to Chris Greger. And
but isn't it more than that? I don't mean to jump in, but here's a man who loves his family, and they just see them so crushed in a way that you would not even imagine. He's looking at his sister who lost her son, looking at his mother who lost her grandson. I mean, and then you lost your nephew. I mean, like, that's something that I don't think anybody could even understand unless they've gone through that. Right. I just don't think that anybody can understand that. And and I wish that upon nobody. Nobody.
I know, like, the atmosphere, the house was depressing for him, and it was probably not a good idea for him to move back home, but he wanted to, because he could see we were falling apart, and he knew that, and he thought he was going to come there and help, us being all together, I was happy. But I just think a combination of things led him to use that night. And unfortunately, whatever he took was pure fentanyl, because we got the autopsy and the toxicology, and there was nothing else in his system except pure fentanyl and caffeine. So I don't think he set out to take pure fentanyl, but I don't know. I'm only speculating that he wouldn't have done that after being clean for the time he was clean. But what do I know? I have no idea what his intentions were. But my point is, I let my guard down because he had been good for so long. And we had a good conversation that night about what I was packing in his lunch, what he'd like me to pick up at the grocery store the next morning. And then he's gone. And, that's my life. But it's tough, I guess you can never let your guard down, no matter how long someone's sober. But with that being said, we can't protect them either. We can't be with someone 24/7 and knock something out of their hand. Don't do that. Don't touch that. Like when you have little kids, you take things from them. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that with a grown-up. You can't be with them and monitor them. And, things happen. I don't feel like it's my fault. I do wish that night that, I would have been awake when it happened and maybe noticed it and could have helped him. But honestly, I was told with fentanyl, sometimes the Narcan doesn't work. So even having that in the house, if I would have got to him right away, who's to say it would have worked? I don't know. I don't feel responsible for his death, though. I don't have guilt. There is the what if, but there was nothing I could have done about it. And I know that.
Yeah. No, there isn't anything you can do about that. And that was why, how Rebecca kept saying, Toddie, this is why Rebecca reached out. And, this is I think this is in memory of Gino. We do this, every Monday. Part of it is in memory of Gino and in memory of Jen and in memory of all of those people that we've lost that were maybe labeled drug addicts, but were more than that.
Right.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Some people may call them drug addicts. We call them son, girlfriend, mother, father, sister, brother. I mean, there's somebody to someone. Which, if you don't mind, that brings me to something I'm doing in the future that I hope Toddie's coming along with. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So now, wait a minute. Hold on. So when Rebecca says I'm coming along,
I don't mean
not physically,
right?
Just so we know. Okay, good.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, Toddie's not heading to Philly. Nope. But I'm hoping to go to Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. It's not a very nice place, but there are a lot of people struggling on the streets of Kensington Avenue, in the streets of Philly. They're struggling with addiction and mental health. And I'm trying to get a group of people together to go with me. There's a church group that, a church there that allows people to set up tables and help these individuals. So I'm working with a couple people to go, and we want to hand out some care packages. And I'm hoping.
I don't know if anybody in this area and this community would like to do that. By all means, my only thing would just be, obviously it's a rough area, I think. So just be,
it's dangerous. I'm not going to lie. It's dangerous. It's, I'm not fearful of the people struggling with addiction because they're not criminals, all of them. They're not, going to harm you no matter, I know people think they might. It's not those people I'm afraid of. It's other people. It's a rough area. You could get shot, you could get mugged or something, but I feel I need to go there and hand out some things to these people. Winter's coming. They're cold. They're hungry. And, so we're going to hand out some blankets, some jackets, some socks, some gloves, some personal hygiene things.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you want to, I mean, if you're able to show receipts and everything, we can maybe set up something. This would strictly be for the purpose of buying coats that I would just recommend, honestly, you buying in a secondhand store. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, as far as the coats, we're using like donated coats from people, other people who no longer use them, as long as they're in good shape, and as far as the blankets go, I'm going to Walmart and they have these $4 blankets. They're just little throw blankets, but it's better than having no blanket at all, in my opinion. So I'm just going to buy a bunch of those. And
so what I'm asking is, I mean, we could set up a GoFundMe or something like that. Strictly, it would only be used for the sole purpose. And if you would be willing, Rebecca, to show receipts for it, because I'll be honest, it's not that I don't want it in my name, but I don't want it in my name. And I don't want it in my name for two reasons. One, I don't have the time to do it.
Right.
And two, you guys have sent me money for something else. I don't want the two to get mixed up. I don't want to be accused of that.
Right. Even better than having like a cash donation, if anybody wants to go on Walmart and order these $3-4 blankets that I'm talking about, have them sent to me, and I'm going to be live. You'll see me passing them out. I'm not keeping them for myself.
Do you have a PO box or anything?
Just my home address. I don't have a PO, whatever. But yeah, if anybody wants to do that, I'm willing to accept the donations from Walmart, whatever you want to order and send, and you'll see that I'm passing it out. I'm not keeping it for my own personal use. This is something I feel strongly about. Gino was in that area.
Right.
Those people need help. There's somebody's kid, brother, mother, sister. And if I can talk to them and they agree to be on camera live, then you'll see it. If they don't want to be and they just want
that's how I'm going to be there. No cash apps. Do not send anything right now. Don't. Please do not send anything. Do not send anything.
No, that
Um,
do that.
so you guys are going to have to reach out to Rebecca. And when Rebecca has something that she wants me to put on this channel, as far as an address to where something should go or how it should be, you guys could they could get it from any place. They could get it from Amazon. If somebody doesn't have a Walmart,
Right. Yeah. I was just saying
just have
Walmart
it sent
because,
to you and just
yeah.
have it sent to you. Maybe a drop off at a local. I don't know. You know, it's up to Rebecca if she wants to
Yeah.
give
I
that
mean,
out.
in the past with, my other group, Justice for Corey, I always give my home address out. I've had no crazies come knocking. And if
Okay.
they do,
Yeah, okay. So that's absolutely fine. And if you guys want to do that, I will go ahead and put it I don't know your address. You're going to have to give it to me. We'll
sure.
put it inside of the comments, inside of the description, and we'll put for jackets well, they should be able to send socks, like some people
Yeah. Anything. I mean,
anything for the homeless, for the Philadelphia trip, and you just tell me where and when. If you have something already set up, we can go ahead and use that.
I don't. I was just doing it myself. I was going to purchase as many blankets as I can, and like I said, they're very inexpensive, and packs of socks and packs of gloves and just like wipes, like baby wipes, just personal hygiene products. These people have nothing and they
Right.
appreciate it. They are
Right.
happy to get it. A lot of people will come and talk to you and tell you their story. And like I said, some may agree to come on the live, they may not. If they don't,
Right.
then, but if you reach one person that day and
Exactly. You know my story about the starfish, right? I shared that with you about the guy that walks on the beach and he sees this child throwing, there's all these starfish on the sand, and he sees this child throwing starfish into the sea, but he's making barely a dent in how many starfish are actually on the shore. And the guy says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, I'm throwing the starfish back in the water because otherwise they're going to die." And the guy says, "Man, it doesn't matter. Look how many starfish." And the kid says, "It matters to that one." So that's the attitude.
right.
That's the attitude right there.
And to think that you can reach one person that sees you out there doing this and they think, wow, I'm worthy of this. Somebody cares about me. Can you imagine the feeling that person will have knowing that they don't know me from anybody? And here I am, sitting with them, and that gives them maybe the desire to keep going, and somebody actually cares.
She's going to give the address. She says she's going to give the address.
Listen, Toddie, my address is no secret. It's never been. I've had people send things, for things I've done in the past. There's a sign posted at my front door that says something to the effect of, like, you better have accepted Jesus if you're going to break in and cause any harm.
Right.
Because you're going to meet him soon. If
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not worried about anything.
Cat's Pajamas says that she works in that area basically, and people are the majority are kind.
They are.
I believe that there's still a majority of kind people in our country and on our planet.
I think for the people that walk past those people every day, maybe they see them every day, they're probably disgusted by them. Maybe
they don't even see them.
They look right through them. They don't see them, and that's okay. If that's you, but if I could be there every day, I would be there every day, helping these people and handing out things. But unfortunately, I can't do it daily. We're going to try to set up a monthly visit. And try to keep track of some of these people, And
so if you tell us when and all of that, we'll go ahead and put it on the channel. And listen, she wants to do it a certain way. So, she's asking you guys pick out what you want to do. She doesn't want to make a registry.
I really don't have
not trying to do it you guys figure, what would you want? If you could do it, what would you need or want on the streets of Philly to help survive when it's a little cold. Just if you guys can do it, then imagine what it is that you might need or want. And that's all. And nobody has to do it. Please, no, nobody has
nobody's
to do it.
obligated.
I don't want to throw any more work on Rebecca. But I think it is a great idea to have people do that. This way you're not dealing with anybody's money. I absolutely
I don't like to handle money, and
that's fine. Yep.
Rather you go online and pick something that you think, you just think about it. You're homeless and on the streets. What would you need? Socks, maybe, a warm blanket. I mean, the little blankets that I'm getting, they're not great, but you know what? It's better than no blanket at all. And then just
somebody's got to put these packs together. So I don't think, no, listen, maybe things will happen over the course of time. Let's make this as simple for somebody who's willing to do this.
Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm going to start to gather all the stuff I need. And, I'm going to put, like, for women, personal hygiene products, feminine products that, can you imagine being homeless and not having a tampon or something? How horrible that must be, right? So I'm going to make, little care packages according to, I guess, I don't want to say age, but, if you're a woman who needs those products, and that is the care package you would take, or whatever.
Right.
We're going to have it all set up, the blankets in a pile, the coats, the gloves, and people come up, they talk, and they take what they need. Some people will tell their story. Some might just take it and keep going, and that's okay too.
Right.
The goal is to help people, and my thing is, if we can collect enough warm coats, I think I have about 10 men's coats and 5 women's coats so far. It's not going to give everybody there a coat, but somebody. And
so
but
we'll go ahead and put the address in the description. You're gonna have to text me the address.
Yeah, I'll send you something. I'll write up something and send it to you later.
Yeah,
but, I would get a PO box, but I don't know. I guess I could do that if people feel that strongly, like you don't think I should give my home address. But as you all know, you can Google somebody's name and get their address. It's not a secret. So I don't mind, giving my address. It just makes it easier for me.
And the whole thing. And if you don't mind, then you don't mind. And then you got people that want to donate time. You could do that.
If anybody's local to the area, to my area, and want to just help package this stuff up and make the care packages, you're more than welcome to come to my house. We'll work on it together, have coffee, whatever, as we're doing it. And if anybody wants to go to Kensington Avenue with us.
What part of New Jersey, the area of?
I live in Middlesex County, Monroe Township. I don't know if anybody's close by.
They can look it up. Those people that are close by would know. Those people in Jersey would just see how far it is from that.
But somebody's asking how many people are helping me.
I put that up. That's why I asked.
I have one Justice for Corey member who is involved with a church group who does this type of thing. So she's coordinating with the group to make sure, the church, to make sure that we're safe while we're there. We're going to be in front of that church. And so she's doing that. But as far as gathering the items, that's on me. That's what I decided to do. I didn't ask for any help yet. I was just going to do it and get as much as I can afford to do on my own. So that's, and like I said, the coats are used. They're out of my closet, a lot of these coats and things. And I'm even going to take some clothes that I have, and just fold everything neat on a table. These people can walk up, look at it, and take it if they need it. They don't have to talk. They don't have to answer any questions. We're just going to have a table full of anything they may possibly need while they're on the street. So that's the plan. Cool.
Just got to be careful, Rebecca, please.
Yeah, I know it's scary, but I've walked in the area before. I thought about going to Newark because, similar situation there in certain parts of Newark, but Kensington Avenue has a, just connection with Gino and stuff. So that's why I want to go there. I just feel the need to go there.
Cool. Wherever you go, I don't think people would get mad as long as it's put to use where you say.
Right.
However, as far as people helping out, they need to obviously be close by or at least be willing to be that way.
Right, right. And I know the one lady I'm talking about, she actually brings her children. They're late teens. They're not babies by any means, and her children are involved in helping out. And so they're going to be there. And if anybody else wants to join and come with us, I mean, but like I said, I don't want to be responsible for your safety. I'm going to be looking over my own shoulder. It's scary. It's not, if you're afraid and, fearful of things, then it's probably not the place for you. It's not a pleasant place. You're going to see a lot of things that you've probably never seen in person, and you might hear gunshots. You might see police chases. You might see someone overdose and fall out at your feet. You will see that. You're going to definitely see that. You're going to see a lot if you go. So if anybody wants to go, I'm just letting you know ahead of time. It's not pleasant.
Yep. Well, there's YouTube that's doing it and talking about it. So yeah. Well, okay. So hang on. I got a sponsor that I have to keep. Otherwise I'll get my channel taken away. Hold on.
Hey, if you want something good to eat, come on down to Earl's Choke Chicken, where if you can kill it, he can grill it. There ain't no need to be hungry or thirsty down there at the food truck by the titty bar on South Street. Just slide on by and let Earl choke your chicken for you before you head on home to your missus. Damn it, Earlene, that don't sound right now. I'm going to tell you what, and just 'cause he's your brother don't mean he knows how to cook. Hell, none of that mess is even chicken over there. Yep, tell Earlette to fix me up a box of them squirrel feet for that baby. Shit.
You got to appreciate Jamie. Milk, honey, and mayhem. Yeah.
Someone asked about Narcan. Is it free here? I don't know if it is, but I have about 10 kits that I plan to hand out while I'm there. I have 10 of my own personal Narcan, so I'm going to hand it out while I'm there. If anybody wants it, they can take it off the table, of course, but I'm not going to force it on anybody. I don't think it's free. I mean, I'm sure there's other groups that hand it out in certain areas, and I'm sure people are able to get their hands on it. But to my knowledge, I don't believe it's free to anyone, unless if you guys know better, I don't know.
Me too. I agree with you. I'm sorry. I was talking to CJB. No, I'm all for what you're doing. I can't go because of the same reason I couldn't go before.
Right. No, I get it.
As I look at them, I love them, and I just yeah. And I don't know that I would go with everything that's popping off in the world. I'm just being honest. I hate to say it,
No, I get it. As I get older, I don't think I have this fear anymore that I don't know. I just feel like if I go there and something happens, then that's how I was supposed to go. That's my day then, I don't anticipate anything happening, but it could, and I know that. But it means enough to me that I'm willing to take a chance. I'm going to go there.
SB says, I have a box of Narcan and lots of coats I can send.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate that. And I'm sure those people will appreciate it. It gets cold out there. It gets very cold. My son would call me and tell me how cold he was, or how hungry he was, or how thirsty. He had nothing to drink. And I can't think of people sitting out there like that. I think about him when I see them. You know how hard that is? And you're in a warm bed and your kid's telling you he's freezing and he's hungry and he's thirsty. He's so thirsty he can barely talk. That is hard to deal with. And I don't want anybody to deal with that. I know I can't help everybody, but like I said, if I can hand out some things to a few people and reach one person, then I've done good.
Narcan is something that can bring somebody back if they catch them in enough time from an overdose. That's what it is. What it is exactly made of, you'd have to look it up, because and how it works, you could look it up, but that's what it does. It gives it reverses the the action taking place that is causing the overdose at the time. But you have to get it.
It's also called naloxone, I believe. There's another name, right? Is that I may be saying it wrong, but some
I
people
don't know.
it as that. But
That's why they can look it up. I don't know. I was an addiction counselor too. I had a CASAC. So I mean, I don't want to say that I had my my college license in that. I had my CASAC, and I did do some college for it. I'm missing math. I mean, I'm just missing math, and I've gone back to college several times. You know, advertising and marketing, did great. I was on the honor roll, miss math. I just didn't have math, and then I went back because all of my I did the world religion, I did the sociology, the philosophy, all those things that I had an interest in anyway, but still math. I just couldn't get through math. And so then I went from my CASAC and I got that, and I had the hours from the job where I was working with the kids. So anyway, so that's what I bring to the table, and I worked with inmates, and I lost my late ex-wife to the same thing happened to Gino.
Oh, sometimes I don't know if you feel this way, Toddie, but do you think it's all a dream and Jen's going to call you? I feel like that with Gino sometimes, because prior to him moving back home with me, he didn't live with me for many years. He lived on his own, and it wouldn't be unusual that he would get wrapped up with work and stuff, and I wouldn't hear from him. So sometimes I feel like it's just one of those, I haven't heard from him in a while and he's going to call. You ever think like that? You just sit and think, oh, well,
no, there's been a couple times I've said, oh, let me tell Jen, and only to catch myself right as I was saying.
You see something.
But here's the thing. I do have to say that I get signs from Jen. I get these signs from Jen. So I most of the time feel like she's around, and not because I want that, because I'm nothing against you, babe, but I don't feel that from my dad. There's times that I feel that my dad is around,
right?
But I feel like also there's somebody that needs him more than me, and that's where I think he spends most of his time. If you're going to believe that,
right?
Jen, I think, spends most of her time with me because I get a lot of signs. And do I need that? It's welcomed. I love it. I love it, and when I don't get a sign, I'll say something like, babe, show yourself. Like, where are you going?
Right. It's with me, with Gino, certain things will remind me of him, and I'll send it to his girlfriend, and she's like, I just saw that and was going to send it to, like we're both thinking the same thing.
Right.
Something that will remind you of that person. And there's, just even like a certain food or something in a grocery store, and you think, oh, Gino loved that, or Corey loved it. You can't help but think. Right. It sucks, but life goes on, right? That's what they say.
That's what they say. Here's what I try to remember is that my dad, who died from COVID, and he was, he was an older guy, obviously. He was in his 80s. And Jen, who died from, taking fentanyl, both of these people loved me, and they only want me to go forward. They don't want me to stop for them at all. No, I don't think anybody wants us to, unless you're Mackenzie Shirilla, I don't think anybody wants, when I go, if people find out about it, I want them to celebrate. I was here. Just celebrate my life, not my death. Celebrate my life.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have anything that they want to talk about? Anybody have anything that they want to add to it? I'm going to try to mail you stuff. There you go. Thank you for that.
Oh, great. That'll be wonderful. I appreciate it.
Smells remind me of people. And songs are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
What a magical time machine. Yeah. So, anyway, does anybody else have like any kind of stories or anything that they need to share? Or it's going to be a beautiful week. Well, we hope so. We're aiming for it for sure, for sure, for sure. We are aiming for it. I want to take the dogs to the park, and then I'm sorry, to take care of something personally, and then I need to do some videos because this is what I do now.
Yep. That's your thing, right?
I have a lot of coats that I can donate, Rebecca. That's great. I am going to put her
wonderful.
address
I appreciate
in
that.
the descriptions as soon as I get it.
Do you want me, should I text it to you now so we have it during the live, Toddie?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I could put it up now if you want me to in the comments, and then we can also put it up in the descriptions if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you could text it to me. I'll start with your name.
Okay. Give me a minute. I can't see.
Hang on a second. Oop, I put Rebecca Micciolo right there. Hang on. So, all right, hang on. For the coats and for the homeless. Oh, fuck, I did that again. I hate that. This is why I did it. I'm going to just go, let me see.
Yeah, I just want to mention my friend who is involved with the church that we'll be standing in front of. She said that, you know, this is something the church does often, and they protect people around them. I mean, you know, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not so concerned with my safety so much. I know what I'm going there to do. I know not to, you know, walk too far away from the group I'm with. We're going to be together, you know, so I'm
Is
not.
it B-U-C?
Buckelew.
B-U-C-K-L-E-W?
ELEW.
Okay. Avenue. What's the zip code?
08831.
Hang on. Whoops. 08831. Okay.
And I just want to say, if there's anybody who's close by and you don't want to go through the hassle and the cost of mailing something, because I know it's costly to ship things, I could meet up with you. If it's within like a half hour of where I live, I would meet people, you know, to pick up anything you want to donate if you don't want to go through the, you know, cost of mailing. I'm not opposed to meeting up with someone, you know, in a certain distance. Obviously, I don't want to travel too far, but you know, if that works for people, I could always just email me and we could plan to meet somewhere, you know, that's kind of close for both of us.
That would be nice. This
Yeah.
would be nice if you got inundated with coats and stuff. That would be awesome.
I would love that, because I said I'd like to go, you know, once a month. And right now, prior to the cold weather coming, I'm going to try to go even more often, depending on if I have things to go with.
How far of a drive is it?
It's about 45 minutes for me. It's not far. I mean,
yeah, okay.
Not far at all.
Is that Trenton or is that Philadelphia?
It's Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yeah. How far is Trenton's further, right?
It's about 35 minutes for me to go to Trenton. But I really want to do this. I think it's we're going to reach some people by doing this. And, I'm not saying they're going to run to church and then want to go get clean or whatever, but they're going to know that they're still human and people still care about them. And that's important to me.
Right. Of course.
I know when Gina was out
It's
on the
easy to
street.
make people feel worthless. Let me tell you something. It's easy
Yeah.
to make people feel worthless.
Of course it is. And, I just like to think that when Gina was out there, maybe somebody helped him a little bit. I don't know if they did, but I hope that somebody did.
Right.
And that's my goal. Like, I just want to help and give, these people need to feel worthy. I mean, they're humans and they're struggling with something that's out of their control. I know a lot of people will say, oh, they could just stop. They can't. But we shouldn't just throw them in the garbage because of that.
Right.
Give them socks, some gloves, a jacket, a blanket. They're worthy of that. They deserve to have those things. And that's my goal, to make sure they have them. Can't help everybody, but however many we can reach, that's the goal.
I'm sure there's police, but I don't know that they're really around there, to be honest.
I don't deal with the police. They don't need to come near me.
Yeah, she doesn't even want them. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't need the police. They can't stop a bullet. If it's coming at me, it's coming at me. They're not going to jump in front of it.
No, they duck.
Yep. Yeah. I just, I know the risks. And listen, in the world we live in today, going to Walmart is a risk. You don't know who's coming in there and who's.
Well, you just saw what happened at a church, right? In Minnesota, right?
Yes.
So, come on.
So, there's a risk in anything we do these days. Is there not? I mean,
Absolutely. And that is why when I get in the car, I say a prayer. And when I get out of the car, I say a prayer.
That's right.
And that is why I pray before I go to bed at night. And I am not joking. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Heard that. And so it is true. Unfortunately, it is. It's sad, but it is true.
Somebody has a story to tell, but not today.
Stacia, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I'd love to hear that.
So, yep. I agree. It's a little bit chilly and it shouldn't be, but anyway. Does anybody have anything else that they want to talk about today, or? No, I don't see any hands. See any?
No. Okay. I think that the plan is to have a little, like I said, a care package, obviously.
Right.
I'm going to put some granola bars, some crackers, some cookies, a few little bottles of water. I mean, it's not going to feed them for a week, obviously. They're on the streets. I mean, it's not like they can cook, right? So there's only so much you can do. I mean, I even thought like a pack of gum, lifesavers, just stuff, comfort stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Baby wipes, like I said, the products for women, I'm going to just do as much as I can, I'm going to put together as many bags as I can put together, I'm just going to take it, and however many people benefit from it, that's great. And then we'll try to do it again,
Right.
So
I hear you. And I think it's commendable for sure.
It just, I feel like we need to make these people understand they're still humans and somebody cares. They might think nobody does, but somebody does. I do,
Of course. And, I think that more people care than people that are actually able to go there or
Yeah, I know everybody can't go. I don't expect, everybody to be able to go. Like I said, I know I have one person with her children that is coming, and I'm hoping, I don't know if you remember the lady and her daughter that we had on the show, the one who was on the show Intervention, Alicia and her mom. I'm hoping they go along with us if they're able.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Okay.
gotten an answer back just yet. So, maybe they will, maybe they won't. And it's okay if they can't. But I think I'll have a few more people that'll be there. So,
Well, don't go on your own, Rebecca.
oh gosh, no, I would never do that.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
I'm not that crazy. Jen is asking, the children are on the street. Did I miss part of a question or something?
I don't know.
Jen, I'm not sure what you mean. The children are on the street. I think I missed something maybe. Did somebody see? Maybe I missed something. I don't.
I'm thinking maybe she'll comment back. I don't.
Yeah.
The last comment is "Rock On, I Will" by Jamie that I see.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm hoping to reach a few people and let them know we care, keep them a little warmer than what they might be. And I know socks are a big
And
deal.
feel like you're seeing them, because a lot of them don't feel seen.
Right. That's what I said. On an average day, you know how many people walk past them and don't even see them?
Yeah, you can, but as long as it's not too heartbreaking, I don't want my heart broken on things I can't do. So, I mean, you can, but please don't bring something to me that I can't do anything about, or that, I mean, just, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Like, okay, then, yeah. Yep. You can email me. I thought you sent, let me see, what does that say? I thought you said you had a family on the street coming for help. I just got confused.
I'm sure there's families out there that are homeless. I'm just referring to the people struggling with addiction on Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. That's what I'm referring to right now, Jen. But listen, I'd help a family if they walked up to me too. I mean, it's anybody who walks up to our table can take.
No. I think what they're saying is you have somebody that's going to help you while you're out there. That's how I'm.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what she means. Yeah. I mean, I don't have, I have people coming to help. There's a woman with her, adult sons who have gone out previously and are coming with us. So I'm going to have people. I definitely would not go alone.
Right.
And Kung Fu Panda is saying socks are appreciated. And I hear a lot of that. And I can imagine, that's why I figured I'd buy several of like the 10 packs of socks and maybe put 1 or 2 pairs in each little care package,
Right,
so at least they get a couple things. And, like the little knit gloves, they're not real expensive ones, but at least it's something,
Right. No, I definitely hear you. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. And, those are things that I can afford to go buy in bulk,
Well, I'm also hoping people will, like either send things to you or, send things to you through shopping or whatever.
Yeah. And it can be used items as long as they're in good enough condition to be used again. I'm not opposed to taking items that have been used.
Kung Fu Panda says, manufacturers, Puma sent me 10 huge. I don't know that Rebecca knows anything about this stuff other than her just trying to do it single-handedly. So
I haven't looked into getting any big companies to help out. It was just something I'm just kind of winging it and doing it on my own. And, my thought was if I went there with 20 care packages, that would be enough, if that's all I could manage to do on my own. That was my plan, and then a bunch of clothes and stuff that are used, obviously the clothes, the coats, the blankets will be new because I'm purchasing them. Of course, the socks, and things like that I'm purchasing. But, it depends on what I can do. I'll do as much as I can possibly do. And then, we'll revisit another time. I'll collect, what I can do. My thing is every week I go to the store, I buy a little bit of this and that, you know what I mean? And then stock it. And then, so that's the plan.
Right. People are, I don't think she wants to make it any more difficult. I don't know anything about it. You guys can reach out to her. I don't know about this stuff. I don't know how that stuff works.
I mean, I could make a Walmart list or something, I guess. But I mean, I just I think I just said,
I think if you guys can explain this to her, because here's what I think, and this might be a better thing. If you could do a registry and have people just buy stuff and send it to that registry, maybe, and this way they don't even have to know your address.
yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know.
And that may be easier for people, because then maybe they don't have to pay for shipping if they have a Walmart account or something. So maybe I will do that. And if I do, I'll reach out to you, Toddie, so we can let people know.
Yeah, or maybe they can reach out to you and tell you how easy, or maybe.
I mean, I've done it before for other things. Yeah,
okay,
so I know how to do it.
About it, because I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I know how to do it. It just wasn't. I didn't think of it that way. This was just something I was doing, kind of on my own. I wasn't really going to ask anybody to contribute, but if people are willing, of course, I would appreciate it. And I know these people that are going to receive these items will surely appreciate it. So I'll work on setting up maybe an Amazon and a Walmart then, if that works for everybody else, and we'll post it a little later on after I get it done. And then, like I said, I'm still willing to meet people that have used items, coats, whatever. I'll meet up with you if you're nearby. To distribute those items as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Great.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate everybody who's asking and willing to help,
I agree.
I like helping and I like doing things. Gina was like this and Corey was very much like this. They like to help other people. So me doing it is in honor of the two of them, in memory of, this is why I do what I do.
Right. I don't know. Is that Creep Appalachia? I don't know who you're talking about. I do very good with my Scottish accent, just so you know. I do brill with it. Just so you know. I watch a lot of it on the telly, just so you know. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else. Tell me what else.
If anybody is interested in knowing what Kensington Avenue is like, there's somewhere on YouTube that has a live video of Kensington Ave. If people want to see just how bad it is for those people, if anybody wants to look it up on YouTube, you can see exactly where I'm going to be, and see what we're dealing with, and just how horrible it is. You don't have to look. I'm just saying, if anybody is wondering where I'm going and what the plan is, you can look.
Absolutely.
Nobody has anything they want to talk about? I feel like I just talk about myself all the time.
That's not true. That's not true at all. I was just actually checking to see if there's anything that anybody's. I don't see anything that anybody's emailed me, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah. My dog's medicine's coming today. Okay.
Somebody's saying it's bad all over the country, not just Kensington Avenue.
Of course it is.
I know, but Kensington Avenue has a special meaning to me, and that's why I'm going there. But I know it's everywhere. It's all over. I said there's an area in Newark that I'm familiar with. I mean, you walk across the street through this little park and you're stepping over syringes, and there are people laid out with a needle in their arm and one between their toes, just sitting there, nodded off. I mean, and you walk right past them.
Exactly. People don't see people anymore.
And the police walk by it and just keep going. And, it's all over. I just know certain areas that I've been in where I've seen it, but I know it's everywhere. People, it's everywhere. I know that. It just seems Kensington Avenue, everybody congregated there. They're in their own little world there. And there's places in Newark that are very similar. And I'm sure there's places all over every state.
There are places, DC, in New York, there are places that it's unfortunate. It's everywhere. And I don't know what's going to be, because it's, in my opinion, that this president has no tolerance for it and has no real cure for it as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think we have a plan. I don't even know how anyone could fix it. I mean, I know it starts with the person, obviously. I think a lot of it is mental health. I think, a lot of these people have what they call a dual diagnosis. I hear that term a lot. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how the president would fix it. I don't know how anybody, I have no idea how we fix it. I just know that we need to help these people. And I'm one person, and I'm not saying I'm going to cure these people of what they're dealing with, but I'm going to let them know that somebody cares.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And somebody's saying most of those people seems like they don't want help from anyone.
That's not true.
I don't think, I'm not going to convince them to go to treatment. They're not going to hop in my car and go to the next detox facility. I'm not saying I'm going to go there and do that. But as far as wanting help, I mean, help comes in other ways, like giving them something to eat that day, socks, tampons.
Without any stipulations.
Right. They don't owe me anything. They don't have to promise me anything. I'm not going to drag them off to rehab. I don't care if they have warrants or something. I don't care about any of that. I'm just there to give them something and to let them know somebody cares. If somebody said to me, can you help me get help? I would get right on my phone sitting there with them, and I would get them help, or I would try. I would call centers to see if they have a bed. I would do whatever I can if they ask, but I'm not there to force them into something they're not ready to do.
Right.
I'm just there to give them something and let them know somebody cares. That's all.
Right. I don't know, man. The world is just really messed up at the minute.
It is.
Being honest about it, it's really messed up at the minute.
It is, and I don't know how we change it. We have so many different areas that need attention. I don't envy the president. He's got a lot to deal with, and I don't know if he even is considering the. Are they still calling addiction an epidemic? Is that what we're calling it still? I don't know. But yeah, the president has a lot to deal with. And I think this is one area that could use a lot of attention. I don't know if it's ever going to get it, because I don't think anybody knows how to fix it. And I think that's why
I don't think that's going to be fixed in our lifetime.
No, I don't think we're going to see it.
I agree. Yep, there's a lot of documentaries and such.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everywhere. I agree with Bobby. Yeah, we know it's everywhere. I'm just going to one area. I know it's all over.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I wish I could go all over. I wish I had the freedom and endless funds to help everybody all over the world. I would travel and hand things out. But
Jamie put something up here. Jamie put something up.
Oh, okay. She found the link.
Yeah, so she put it up there. That's where it is. That's where that link is. You want to go check it out?
Are you going to take us there?
Let's see if I can get there. Let's see if I can get there. I don't know how it works if I just click on it. Let me see. I don't think that I can click on it.
Yeah, I don't know how that stuff.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get there. Hang on. I'll take you there. So it's, what is it called, Jamie? Kensington live stream in YouTube? Hang on. Live. Here we go. Let's see if this is it. Hang on.
Kathleen was saying where she lives, everybody's one check from being homeless. I think that's everywhere. And this is the live camera, right? This is live, like right now.
Live. I don't know for how long I could do it for, to be honest with you. I don't want to my channel. But you can clearly see there's issues here. I mean, you can clearly see people sleeping right there. This guy in the blue shirt is like he's falling over.
Yeah, that's common there.
I mean, so, you know.
It's tough.
Absolutely, you know, that's rough, man. That is rough.
You can see everybody's at a different stage. Like,
I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to there we go.
but everybody gets the
background.
Everybody gets the idea from it.
Hang on, I can't even find it anymore. So now it's just on. Okay. I'll take you there. How you doing? So that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a sad situation for real.
It is. It's very sad, and to see it in person, it's horrible. It's horrific. But
yeah. Yep. Anyway. I don't know what else to say.
I think we've said all there is to say today. What do you think?
I think so. I think that's the case. I really do. I think that.
Yeah. I'll work on maybe a Walmart or Amazon list and give it to you later if people want to do something.
Absolutely.
Nobody's obligated. I just want to say that I didn't come on the show today to ask for anything with this project that I'm doing. I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing, and that we will be going hopefully live there at some point in October. I plan to make my first visit. So that was my point of bringing it up. It wasn't to ask any of you for anything, because I know everybody's struggling. So if you can't help, don't. You're not obligated. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. And, you know, I want you guys to be a part of it. I want you to see it. And that'll be our topic on the week that we're there. I'm going to be live showing you what is happening there. So I just want everybody to be a part of it. This is what we're here to talk about. So I think it'll be, you know, a good show that day.
Oh, absolutely. And you could actually see that. But we don't want to see Rebecca. We don't want to see Rebecca dying anywhere live or not live.
No, that's not going to happen. I'm confident that I will return home that day. I just hope I don't bring anybody home with me.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca, you're so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a funny lady.
But I just hope I reach a lot of people. I just hope when they come to that table and take things, they know that well, I think they'll know that somebody cares, or we wouldn't be there. And I'm even going to have a sign, Toddie, that says free hugs. If anybody needs a hug, I'll hug them. I don't care. Some people need that.
Exactly. Absolutely. There are people that need that. I agree 1,000,000% with you.
They want to sit down and talk. I'll sit and talk with them. They need a hug. I'm going to give them a hug. I'm not afraid of them and fearful. I'm not going to catch anything. I'm not one of those people. I'm going to be there for the people that day and whatever it takes.
I think that's very commendable.
Yeah, I just want to do this, and I think it'll be a good thing. It's going to be good for me, and it's going to be good for them, even if it's just a day.
Right.
Like I said, I hope to go back. I don't want to just go.
I would be careful with gift cards because somebody will rob you over gift cards.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have anything of any value other than these clothing items and what we're handing out. And we're going to be kind of protected by the church and their members. We're not affiliated with the church. They just allow people to be in front of the church with a table handing things out. So I don't want anybody to think the church is doing this. They're just allowing us to be there. And they kind of look out for people when they are there. So that's the whole purpose of doing it in front of this church. And the one person with me was a member of the church and had gone there with the church, but we're just using their front,
right.
Obviously. So anyway, yeah, no gift cards or anything. I don't want to do that. Like I said, I'm going to be handing out care packages. There will be some non-perishable food items in those care packages. But I don't think giving out a gift card is the right thing to do. I don't want to do that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. All right, guys. No, she doesn't want to be responsible for money, Esty. No, I mean, she's asking no. She's asking no. If you've got an Amazon account or something, you could purchase something and have it sent to her. She doesn't want to be responsible for money. I mean,
yeah, I just don't want to handle any money.
And then she's got to go shopping and stuff. It becomes an extra job for her. So, I mean, unless they're trying to pay for your trip and stuff. I mean, I can't do that on this channel. You guys are going to have to reach out to Rebecca.
If anybody wants to email me, my email address is RebeccaMicciolo3@gmail. I think we posted it before. Yeah, I don't want to bother Toddie with all this. Toddie's got a lot going on.
No. I just don't want anybody sending money for that over here or anything like that because I can't. I'm happy to put up addresses and such like that. That's all. But anyway.
But Ruth Carroll said time to reopen the psych hospitals. I think one of our hospitals has a floor for psychiatric, and one of our hospitals has a certain portion of the emergency room that deals with just psychiatric emergencies.
Right.
We used to have a hospital in South Amboy that was just, I believe it was the 4th floor was a psychiatric unit. It closed down, the whole hospital. I don't know how that's handled where I live anymore. I don't even, like I said, I think, one emergency room has a specific section for psych emergencies. And then where they send you from there, I don't know. I don't even know how that works anymore in the world. I don't know if it's, I have no idea, but you're right. I think we need more of that. We need more mental health, facilities, and we need to make it, attainable to all people, even those uninsured, unfortunately. I know I'm going to get beat up for saying that, but, we have to help everybody, no matter what their background is. I think everybody deserves help as long as they want it. We can't force it on people. But I think everyone should be able to walk into a hospital and get the help they need.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. It's sad that we don't have the opportunities, And you're right. They only have so many beds in a hospital. That's why we need more of them. I think every hospital should dedicate a unit to addiction and mental health. I think every hospital should have that. It should just be part of, you have a cardiac unit, right? Why
Yes.
not have, I mean,
Yeah, because we don't even have enough people to take care of the people that are in the hospital. That's why.
I know. And it's, why is the world like that? I don't know what
Because
happened.
they value money over the human soul and the human spirit. I don't know why. I don't
It
think
used to
that
be
the whole,
different.
I don't think that the whole world is like that. I think this country has turned into that.
Right. I heard good things about healthcare in Canada. I don't know if that still is true, but people said Canada had great healthcare. Do you know anything about that? I mean, I don't know if that's a myth or where I heard it, but I did hear that.
I'm asking everybody to, here's the thing, guys. I'm not trying to blast anybody, but somebody is going to do something nice. They've asked, if you're going to help, this is the way you can help. And it doesn't matter that that she has said she doesn't want gift cards. She doesn't want cash. And somebody said, well, what if there's a small amount of money? No, because 10 of them is $100.
Right.
No, she doesn't want that. That's just making her a target. Nobody has to do anything, but if we're going to do anything, let's do it the way that the person who's spending the time, energy, and effort, the way she wants to do it. And if we don't like the way that she wants to do it, we shouldn't have to do anything. But let's not change it.
Right.
Let's not change it because she's the one that's doing it.
Right. I did, Toddie, I know we have members from all over the world, I think, and maybe that's the problem because they don't live here and it's hard for them to mail something and costly and it takes time. If you're one of those people that don't live nearby and you really want to help and you can't ship, I would be willing to take a small donation and go out and shop for the item of your choice.
Listen, man, that's all on you. I don't want.
Yeah, I mean, because I know people want to do things.
Messages. Now I'm just sending different messages. They have Amazon too. They can.
Yeah, I mean, if they can do it and it's free shipping to them.
Well, if they sent it to you, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know with Amazon Prime,
I'm not yelling, guys. I'm not yelling. I do have inflection in my voice, but I'm not yelling.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys should read the comments too. And we have said a few times, this is the way she wants to do it.
I would prefer to do it without any money coming to me. But I mean, if somebody is living in Australia or something and they really want to do something and, I would take it and go get something, if they had a blanket in mind or something, and that's what they sent money for, I'll go get it and show you that I did it. I'd rather not do that because I don't want to get 20 people sending me money and I have to go shopping 20 different times. So it's not really what I want to do.
That's why it needs to be more black and white. I'm just,
you know what? Yeah.
Rude.
Let me take that back. I don't want to take.
Anybody that can send you that can send an Amazon gift to you.
You're right. Yeah, maybe let me
I'm not being funny. In this way, they're getting it with their own money and how the rates can figure. Because if somebody sends you something that's a lot of money in their country and it means nothing in our country, I mean, that's a problem too. So the easiest thing to do, and I'm not raising my voice, but I mean, I don't know, anybody that's willing to do anything for somebody, I just think we should do it the way that they're willing to do it. That's all.
Yeah. Let me, like I said, I'm going to rewind and, I don't want to take any cash, even if it is, I understand people from out of the country, whatever, want to help, but I don't think I should take any cash and be responsible to go shopping. Because like I said, if 10 people send it at 10 different times, I'm running to the store 10 different times, and I don't know that I could commit to that. So I think, let me retract my statement saying I would accept it. I don't think I should. I get they want to help, but I don't think I want to take the responsibility of going shopping, at different times. So I think we'll just stick to the way we originally said it. So sorry about that, Toddie.
No, that's all right. It's just that you don't see how people see things or take a
Right.
part of something and throw it in something else. And, this is why I don't even want anything to do with it besides put an address up there. And
Yeah.
I will send something with, I'll send something that'll be my own business. You know what I'm saying? I just don't,
Yeah.
as soon as money comes in, it's always,
Yeah, I don't want to be responsible for money because, I'd rather not. I'd rather just, if you have an item in mind, send it. I'll gladly pass it out when I'm there. I think that's the best option. And like I said, it can be used.
I mean, maybe things can change over the course of time, but not when it's a one-man show.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like right now, it's a one-man show. If you were to build something in Corey's name and have it be an LLC where you had some insurance, I can understand that, but that's not
Right.
where we're at,
Yeah, no, I don't want to do all that. This is just something I'm doing because I want to. Yeah, I mean, the church Marissa Monroe said the church could probably ask for donations. I just want to make it clear, I'm not affiliated with that church. We're just being allowed to put a table in front of their church. So I'm sure they take donations for whatever it is they do, but I'm not a part of the church. We just happen to be able to be in front of the church, because the people on Kensington Avenue are familiar with the church and know that things are handed out there from time to time. So that's why we're going there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mary, we already spoke about that, Mary.
yeah, Mary, honestly, anybody can Google a person's name and get their address. So it's not like we're protected, I appreciate you worrying about that. But, like I said, anybody can Google a name and find out where somebody lives most of the time. So I'm not too concerned about that. I'll be okay.
Anyway, let me see what else we got. You're gonna have to ask Rebecca because I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. That's all right, Mary. It's just no. She didn't care about that. It didn't matter to her.
What I don't understand this. Am I reading it wrong?
I didn't understand the question, so I don't know. I don't know. I run a community hub. We allow things like this. That's a question mark. I don't know. I don't know.
Jen, I think to answer your question, I'm sure there are organizations that do this. I'm not an organization. I'm just one person that just wants to do this. So I don't know if that answers the question. I don't know.
There you go. That's great.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Jen said she's sorry. It's the way she put the text. It was just unclear, Jen. That's all. Jen, it was just unclear, damn it.
Yeah, I
Next day, put that down. Let's take a poll. Anyway, I don't know what else to talk about.
No,
I
me
think this
neither.
is an amazing thing. I think it's just an amazing thing.
Yeah, Jen, around me, I don't know about like the community center. We have like a rec center in town, which is like sports related, I guess. I don't think, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done enough research, but I'm not aware of anything in my local area that does anything for the homeless people struggling with addiction. I think everybody hides from them and stays away from that situation, unfortunately. Just my opinion. Addiction is a dirty word still, I think, around here. We don't talk about it a lot around here. I feel like in Monroe Township, they don't want to tarnish the name of their town. They think it's bad to talk about it. Like, we can't let people know that we have addiction in Monroe Township, and there's drug dealers in Monroe Township, and there's people that have died from overdose in Monroe Township. You can't tell people that, because that would make the town look bad, wouldn't it? So we don't talk about it. And I don't believe we have any resources for those people. I'm sure if someone called the police station and said, I have someone struggling, what can I do? They might give a phone number to a facility or something. But as far as having somewhere where somebody could walk in off the street and go, I don't think we have that where I live. I could be wrong, but I don't believe we have that.
Yeah, I agree. Flies on coleslaw. So, guys, you should check out this channel because they put a lot of information up there. I have seen this channel through the Whitakers, and but I've also checked out the channel. There's more stuff. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think it's a good channel, to be honest with you. So
Michelle said something about YMCA. I don't even know if we have any of those around anymore. I think the closest.
I have one where I live. There's a YMCA where I live.
I think there's still one in New Brunswick, which is about 25 minutes from me. I think. I don't even know if it's still there. I don't think they're as common as they used to be. Everything's shut down, everything's gone.
Just go ahead and do what you're doing and take it one step at a time. You've got a plan. You're going to do it. Yeah. You've done it before. And maybe through social media and what you're doing will bring more and more people.
I encourage everyone to do what I'm doing, but be safe doing it, obviously. And only Absolutely. If you can do it. If you have the means to do it and the ability and the if you want to do it, I encourage everybody in your own area to do what you can. I mean, and if you can't do anything except pray for someone and offer some kind words, that's important too. That's just as valuable.
The important thing is the way that we show up in this world. If we show up with kindness, we're supposed to get kindness back. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. But if we show up with grace, and sometimes that's just enough to make somebody feel, like they matter, because that's what everybody wants, is to matter.
Right. Exactly. So like I said, if you can do something in your own area, that's great. I mean, if you can't, your prayers and thoughts are just as valuable as anything. So, Mary Malone said in her area, homeless have taken over abandoned houses and it's getting out of control. Well, I mean, I guess they're cold and
they're abandoned houses.
They're seeking shelter.
I have a whole theory about that, but I don't want to get into it because
I can just say this. If I were a homeless person and I saw an abandoned house, I'd probably go in it. I understand that a lot of bad things happen. Certain people will go in and vandalize and cause ruckus when they do it. But if it's just somebody homeless looking for shelter, I would do the same thing if I were homeless. Where else am I going? Nobody's helping me. I'm trying to help myself by getting shelter. I mean, it's just you can't win when you're homeless. You have no address, so it's hard to get help because you need an address to have something mailed to most of the time. It's a vicious cycle. I would seek shelter in an abandoned house too.
I don't agree with that, Deborah. I don't agree with that. I live in a small town, and there's a lot of small towns here in upstate New York, and I don't agree with that. You might not see it to the abundance, but I think that that's not true. I've seen that. I have seen that.
Yeah, I think
I'm sorry that you've been homeless. I am sorry. I'm glad you're not.
Mary says
not all. No, they're not all. They are not all. That's not fair, and it's not true.
And so what if they are?
But that's
homeless, drug addicts need shelter, and they need help too. I don't care. Somebody can walk up to me with a needle sticking out of their arm when I'm out there and I'm still helping them. I don't care. they deserve it. They need to be, they need to feel loved and important and cared for. I don't care what they are.
Listen, when you do this, Pat, I want to make something 1,000% clear. I'm saying it right here. She does not have an LLC. She does not have any tax stuff. So please be careful what's sent to her, because when it comes tax time, I don't know what's needed for this. And it's nothing that should be put on somebody.
Yeah,
So
I can't do that.
Please just be careful about it. Yes, but people want to know who they're donating to. And she doesn't have that. Maybe in time she will, but she doesn't have that right now.
Yep. It's just me just doing this. I'm not writing this off. I'm not claiming it on my taxes. None of that. This is just, if somebody sends me something, I'm just passing it along to the person in need. I don't want to have to sign anything. I don't want to be responsible for any tax write-off or anything.
There is no affordable housing anywhere, not just there.
Here there's a waiting list for the affordable housing and you'll never get it. You'll be dead before you get in. I'm not kidding. It's horrible everywhere. And they build, but only so many units are for every development built. They have so many units for affordable housing and it's not enough. I mean, it's just nobody can afford to live anymore.
Here's somebody that chooses to be homeless. And it's unfortunate because with all of the listen, man, I live in a fucking camper. Do you think that I aspired to live in a camper? A tiny house. I love tiny houses. Don't get me wrong.
So do I.
I did want something small and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not gonna cry about it. I wish I had a bigger kitchen and bathroom. That's it. I don't care that everything else is small, because because I do like to cook. And I do spend a lot of time in the bathroom thinking. Too much information, okay. But I change in there, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's it. Otherwise, I mean, I had an opportunity to either continue paying rent in a place that I thought was horrific, and I couldn't find the apartments that I wanted because I have 2 dogs.
Right.
And Danny hated it. I mean, Danny, she's on Prozac. I mean, come on, like every noise and everything. People didn't take care or clean up after their dogs in that complex. And, I needed a complex that allowed 2 medium-sized dogs. Sometimes they're referred to as large dogs. I don't think they're large. Medium-sized, I get. But, between 45 and 50 pounds. So I get it. And then I could have bought a house. Now, if I had bought a house, I wanted to leave in 2.5 years. I would have paid nothing down on my house at all. You know what I'm saying? And then I would have had to have prayed that maybe the market went up. So I would have been stuck here with the house that I probably couldn't have afforded when I wanted to retire. This was my best option for me.
Right.
And I am not sorry. Now, what I wanted to do was get on somebody's property. But then all that shit started happening with people calling the job and stuff, because in all fairness, that's been going on for a couple months, at least 3 months. I just didn't let anybody think that it happened. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to give people satisfaction. And that's when, I said, man, I'm going to leave anyway in 2.5 years. Let me go and do that. But I was going to go rent a place on somebody's property. I couldn't do that because of what was going on. I actually had to go into a mobile home park. And because I had lived there before, the guy was nice enough to let me rent a spot with this camper there. And,
That's great.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is affordable for me. And it's mine, it's clean, and my pets are happy here. And that's all that matters. We cannot live by what people think about us. And too many of us live by what we think people think about us. I think that last week we were talking about how people couldn't go and have dinner all by themselves. And I'm like, why? Why do you think you're so important that somebody's going to look at you and say, wow, that person doesn't have a friend in the world. I wonder why they're eating alone. That's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, now that we're talking at 11 o'clock today, I'm going to take a drive and treat myself to a Chinese buffet. That would be
Nice.
a buffet. That would be a buffet. I have to go that way anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking, I haven't had that in a minute. But you know what I'm saying? You can't, people need help. And that's what's going on in the world. And I'm sorry that it has turned into this polarized thing where it's not human, it's left or right. And that's not the way it is.
Right.
And I don't think that there is such a thing. Nobody is 100% left. Nobody is 100% right that I know. There is, these are things that are now defining us, and it's horrible. It's just absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, but we're not going to change that. Apparently, we can't do it. So,
Yep.
everybody loves the tiny houses. I've seen so many that I always thought, wow, if I ever am by myself, that's the route I want to go. I've had campers, Toddie, and I can tell you, I've had campers that are nicer than any home I ever lived in. Let me tell you. I mean, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
And we had the slide outs. So it was.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
I would have no problem doing that.
Yeah, no. The only problem that we have, that me and my guys have here, is that sometimes there's a corner here that's tight and they'll just stop. And it's like, you guys got to move. You go backwards, go forwards, do something.
Right.
Because like or I'll let them in. But this was even at the house. They just like stop at the door. I'm like, yeah, there's bugs coming in now. Move, but right. That's it. They can still play. Like Danny still messes around in the bed, is going upside down and playing. And we only live half a mile from a park where I take them. Yeah, I take them all the time, and I'll close Milo into the tennis courts and let him run around the tennis court area, because as old as he is, my little boy loves to run.
Yeah. What's really popular, maybe, I don't know if it's like in the younger generation, but they get a small van and travel the world, like travel across country.
Gabby
Petito. But did you see how cute that little van was? I mean, how creative, right?
Yep.
And they lived in it and traveled. Yep. Unfortunately, we all know how that ends.
People that live in there all the time. If you were to, you could look online. There's people that all the time. If I were to travel in something, this is a little bit too big to just tote around. Like it's not as big as a destination one at all, but it's still too big to take on on road trips and stuff. It would be a place that I would take and let it be and be home again. But if I had my way, I would buy a truck and buy the top, a camper that goes
the truck camper. We had one of those. That was our first time.
So some of those now are amazingly nice, and it would be perfect to go and just do road trips and then come home to this. You know?
We had our first camper was a truck camper, and you could sleep 4 people in that, believe it or not. You had the bed that went over the cab of the truck, and then the dinette folded down, and the 2 kids could sleep on that. You could fit 4 people in there, and it was amazing. That's how we started out. And then we were like, okay, we like this, so now we'll get a travel trailer. And from that, we went to a full-on bus. I mean, that you drove. We went from every stage, and I loved each one. But the truck camper was really cool.
No, they're not very popular down in the South, I don't think. But you can't really find them here either. But there is somebody that I follow who's a woman that fishes, and she lives in one with her dog. Now, it might be too small for me and my 2 dogs, and I don't wish my son to go anywhere, but he's 12. And, when he passes on, it'll just be Danny and me. And so, Danny will be escorting me a lot of places. I can't take both of them at the same time because they are bigger dogs. And, but I take them to the park, and then I come back and take the other one. And, they have a good time. They know whose turn it is and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's cute.
So, yeah. And I'm not having a hard time. if I were to, and I'm not staying in this country, so it doesn't make any sense, but if I was, I would get one that's a little bigger, to be honest with you, and have the washer and dryer in there. Again, a bigger kitchen and a bigger bathroom. But I'm not complaining. I haven't once said, wow, this was a bad move. And I've been here now since July.
Right.
And I haven't once said, I'm sorry I did this or anything at all. So,
right.
Kathy, have a good day yourself. Yeah. So, and I had people telling me, I do. I have a compost toilet, but I also have a regular toilet, but I use the compost toilet. I would live in Scotland. That's where I would live. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm ready to take my kids to the park and eat some brekkie, make some videos. Well, not want to make brekkie because I do want to have the Chinese food.
Yeah, go to the buffet. I'm telling you.
The buffet.
I'm envious right now. I want to go. I missed that.
Do you not have a Chinese buffet by you?
Not real close by, and I don't eat that much anymore. So I get through one plate and then I want to get my desserts, of course, because you can't go without doing that. So I don't know that I really benefit from it as far as how you want to eat as much as you can, obviously.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I usually get it because I used to take it to work with me a lot. So I used to go and I used to get 2 containers and I'd pile it up and then it would be like $26. I would eat that for 4 or 5 days.
Oh yeah. You could easily eat it for
so much stuff. So much stuff.
Yeah. Now you're making me want to go and I might talk to the kids and see if we can go tonight or tomorrow. Well, I can't go tonight, tomorrow night, maybe. Now, because it's about a half hour from us.
Bye, Esty. I'm sorry. Esty was saying bye.
Bye.
Everybody wants to go to Chinese buffet.
See what you started.
One Skip sent you. Wait a minute. I got to do before I.
You got to do your sponsor.
Sponsor. I got a sponsor. I got to use the sponsor. This is no shade about the Chinese buffet. And then after this, I think we're going to end this. Is that all right, guys?
I think that's a good idea. I'm ready.
So here you go. This is my sponsor, guys. You can check her out or check him out at Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, guys. This is Jamie, guys. Otherwise known as my dear friend, Jimmy Bobby.
If you want something good to eat, come on down to Earl's Choke Chicken, where if you can kill it, he can grill it. There ain't no need to be hungry or thirsty down there at the food truck by the titty bar on South Street. Just slide on by and let Earl choke your chicken for you before you head on home to your missus. Damn it, Earlene, that don't sound right now. I'm going to tell you what. And just because he's your brother don't mean he knows how to cook. Hell, none of that mess is even chicken over there. Yep, tell Earlette to fix me up a box of them squirrel feet for that baby. Shit.
I got to laugh when she says, tell you what, because my brother, my family's from the South, like West Virginia, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. And when my brother would have a few drinks, you knew he was drunk when he'd say, tell you what, and start talking. That cracks me up. It reminds me of my brother because you knew he was drunk if he said that. So it's kind of funny.
Jeanette, you could reach out to me or I'd like it if you would reach out to Rebecca if she has time. I just got a lot going on. I'm fighting that case against me at work and I'm not going to lie about it. So, Rebecca Micciolo3@gmail.com.
Yeah. Anybody reach out to me. Toddie's got a lot more going on than I have. So I'm available. I check my emails. I'm sure Toddie's got zillions of emails. I don't get so many. So I'm able to go through them all day long. So if you have something, you let me know and I can always reach out to Toddie before next Monday and make it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that, I'm going to say, have a good week, everybody. And we'll see you next Monday. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and put the address in the description below.
Yeah, and I will work on making a list for Walmart and Amazon later, Toddie. And when I do it, I'll share it with you so you can share it with everybody. But I'll do it later. I'm not sure when I'll get it done.
Okay.
But I'll try to do that if it makes things easier for for everybody.
Yeah, I'd stop changing the rules because it's confusing people, my friend. And
no, I mean somebody was saying to make the Walmart and Amazon list, so I will do that.
Oh, okay, okay.
For those who want to go that route, but
okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. I do want to take the dogs to the park before I just don't have any energy. I've been up since 4.
Yeah,
this morning, so
you've already put in a whole day.
So,
but all right, well then we'll talk before next week, I'm sure. Everybody have a good week.
All right, guys, I'm going to end this. Stay with me for a second, Rebecca, because I wanted to tell you something.
Sure. Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
Email is Rebecca Micciolo. Here you go. We'll end it on this note. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.